Peace, family. This is Lions Den with another news and commentary. This article is from news1.com. It says black driver sues white cop who arrested for doing nothing wrong. This is an example of police overreach without justification aimed at young black men, attorney says. A black man took legal action against a white sheriff's deputy who arrested him in 2017 after he declined to show the officer his ID. George Wingate filed a federal lawsuit Tuesday, July 31st, that named S.A. Fulford, a Stafford County, Virginia Sheriff's Deputy, as a defendant, according to WTTG TV reported. It alleged that the officer violated his constitutional protection against unreasonable search and seizures and arrests. Mr. Wingate was aware of his rights, and he was also aware that he was an African-American man being wrongfully required to identify himself to a white deputy who had confirmed to him that he had done nothing wrong and was suspected of having done anything wrong, Wingate lawyers, Victor Glassberg, said. Fulford pulled up Wingate's vehicle on April 14, 2017 after Wingate parked his car at the side of the road to investigate the cause of check engine light on his dashboard. Glassberg stated, Wingate declined the deputy's offer for assistance. Things escalated when Wingate refused to show the law enforcement officer his ID. Am I free to go? Wingate asked, after the officer confirmed that he was not being detained. No, you're not free to go until you identify yourself to me, Fulford is heard saying on the dash cam video. Wingate ran away after the second deputy arrived at the scene and pressed him for ID. They ultimately arrested him for failure to provide ID, obstruction of justice, and resisting arrest. However, a judge dismissed the charges. This is a very modest and happy non-lethal example of overreaching police behavior without justification, aimed at young black males, Glassberg said. Wingate's suit alleged false imprisonment, malicious prosecution, and false arrest, and he seeks unspecified damages. So here's the dash cam of the video of the encounter. I'm going to go ahead and play this, and I'm going to give you finishing the rest of my commentary.
Well, in Stafford County.
Have I committed a crime?
What's that?
I've committed a crime?
No, I didn't say you didn't.
Alright, so...
You're still required to identify yourself.
Am I free to go?
Not right now, no.
Am I being detained?
You're not detained.
So am I free to go?
No.
Am I being detained? If I'm not being detained, then I'm free to go.
You're not free to go until you identify yourself to me. Shall I do 1378 code? So what's going on with your check engine light? Like with your car? Can you keep your hands out of your pockets, please? It's a safety issue. So, what was your car doing?
Stuttering.
Stuttering? Okay. And what are you waiting on right now?
Nothing. I was just reading the code.
Okay.
Just waiting for it to does it again.
Okay. So are you not going to give me your license?
What's up? Committed some type of crime.
Are you going to service as well? It's not about committing the crime, man. It's just identifying yourself. I gotta say, because if I say, hey, this vehicle's disabled on the side of the road, I go make contact with somebody, and then
it's not your problem until I call you guys in to deal with the problem. I haven't
guys at all. That's not it at all.
Help at all.
Okay.
simply my personal property, and I'm deciding to deal with it.
Okay. And right now you're on private property, broken down.
And I don't have any complaints.
Right. Well,
about it.
1 in the morning.
Okay.
So they're not working at 1 in the morning. I'm not trying to be difficult. All I need
It's
is
not been a crime committed is what I'm getting at. Technically, you're right now.
okay.
I mean, am I free to go? I mean, obviously, this is some type of situation for you. I guess you have nothing else better to do. But I'm just sitting here trying to figure out what's going on with my car.
Yeah, and I see somebody. I drive by and I see somebody with a hood up. So guess what I'm going to do as a police officer? I'm going to pull over and I'm going to try and help that person. And so then you've been doing nothing but give me attitude.
I haven't given you any attitude.
You have been giving me attitude.
I've been calling you.
Okay. And you're just refusing to identify yourself then?
I mean, I just asked you, why are you asking me for my identification?
Okay. And I explained to you. I see you on the side of the road with your hood up, so I stopped to make sure that you're okay. I have to attach the driver and the vehicle for who I'm speaking with. Okay? I've already attached your car, and I asked you for your license to identify yourself then. And you refused.
I actually have
also had a lot of catalytic converter theft from this area. And it's kind of weird. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and you're out here on the side of the road in the same area where these businesses have all been hit.
Okay. Well, I haven't committed any crime.
Nobody said you did. All I'm asking you for is your ID.
You guys are bringing all kinds of situations. I told you what happened. My car was having check engine trouble.
Okay, and I don't doubt that for a minute, man.
Right. What's the issue? I have no clue. Like some misfire or something.
What's the issue with your ID?
There's no issue. It's just,
Okay, do we have it?
have I committed a crime? Why do I need to issue?
You are committing a crime now because you're required to give us your ID.
Have I committed a crime?
Right this second, yeah. It's County Code 17-7, which requires
you guys pulled over initially. You guys initially came over to check on what's going on with my car. Now you're approaching a whole different situation.
We don't know what's going on. And now you're making it
I just told you what was going on with my car. Am I free to go?
How can we trust you if you're not even willing to identify
It's not up to me for you guys to trust me.
Okay.
It's simply, I have not committed a crime for you guys to go any further than what's the problem with my car. Simple
My friend,
as that. And I told you that I'm getting ready to pull off. You said I'm not detained.
You are detained. And you're about to
So what crime did I commit?
You're failing to identify yourself.
No, I'm not.
So who are you?
It doesn't matter who I am.
Okay. Hands on your back. Hands on your back.
Relax, you guys. Really?
Yes. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You guys are detaining me for what?
Let go. Now, you're under arrest and you're resisting arrest.
Okay, guys, you saw the video of the dash cam of the police officer that detained this young man right here. Basically, he really, obviously, George Wingate, I'm getting it right. He basically is the one filing a lawsuit against S.A. Fulton, who is the sheriff's deputy, who wrongfully detained him, even because Mr. Wingate refused to give the sheriff's deputy his name. And, you know, there's no probable cause. There's no, do you have a search warrant? Did he commit any crimes whatsoever? And yet he has the right to refuse to say his name to the officer. And it's like, he basically, this is why I'm saying that he's filing a lawsuit against them. I'm going to repeat this as well. Like, Mr. Wingate was aware of his rights. He was also aware that he was an African-American man being wrongfully required to identify himself. And that's why the officer did that's why the sheriff's deputy did what he did in Prince William County. It shows, ladies and gentlemen, that, you know, people have a right to not even tell you who you are. And it's like, like just because they not tell you who you are doesn't necessarily mean they're hiding something. They just don't want to tell you who you are. Just all he called you for was to check on his car, and obviously, basically, he didn't do anything wrong. And this is a tweet from Megan Fitzgerald, who's a reporter right here in D.C., when it says that George Will Wingate was arrested on several charges, including failure to identify himself. After he had car problems in Stafford County. A judge threw out the case, but now he's suing the deputy who legal experts say should have never arrested him in the first place, which is the truth. He didn't do anything wrong. He just didn't identify himself. All he called the Stafford County Sheriff's Office or Stafford County Sheriff deputies is that he has a problem with his car, and basically they racially profiling him. And he was wrongfully detained because of that. I mean, he wasn't even resisted. He was just saying, what are you doing? And I'm telling you that I'm glad that they filed a lawsuit against him, because it shows that if a white person, and I'm just being honest here, if a white person say that they, I don't have to give you their name, they just say, okay, and tell you the problem is and keep it moving. When you have him say to do the exact same thing, then there's a problem. So I'm glad that he lawyered up. His name is Victor Glassberg, and he's basically is really filing a lawsuit against the sheriff's deputy that stopped him in the first place. He shouldn't even been arrested, all because he refused to give his name. Yeah. All right. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this article. Share this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my reaction channel. And subscribe to my Black Junction channel for all the news and commentary. With that being said, this is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.